The man carefully buries a pan filled with apples in the sand. He slowly opens the pan's lid. The wild agave leaves, still slightly warm, come into clear view. When the body desperately needs water, this is a fantastic meal. Although the taste can't compare to spring water, it can definitely save your life in critical moments. This land lies deep in the vast wilderness. Daytime temperatures in May can reach nearly 104 degrees. The water we brought for this trip has run out. The vegetation along the path looks quite beautiful, but it's not edible. Passing through the giant stone forest of Tongu, Jack begins to venture deeper into the wilderness. Compared to before, the mountain path here has become steeper. This is very important for climbers. For Jack, the hiking boots are certainly no small challenge. Finally, he finds a cool spot. He takes a sip of water, with only a fifth left in the bottle. But at this moment, he starts to think carefully. He quickly checks the valuable items he's carrying. This guy swiftly comes up with a solution. In that moment, he spots a piece of beef rib. By shaping the outer edge into a serrated form, he creates a simple saw. Using the saw to cut wood might be a bit tough, but with other plants, it works without any issues. With that said, Jack begins carefully inspecting his surroundings. The vegetation nearby is quite sparse. What kind of plant is this guy looking for? If not, it seems he's found his target. It's a thriving aloe plant. Its leaves are large and thick. Perhaps there's some water to be extracted from inside. Jack has never tried this before, but for survival, he's not about to miss this opportunity. As he focuses on cutting the leaves, a large amount of liquid starts flowing out continuously. This further strengthens his resolve for this experiment. To bring more interesting videos to everyone, what's missing here is that this liquid cannot be drunk directly. It needs to be carefully processed before use. Jack finally gathers some dry, decayed wood. In a completely dehydrated state, this can significantly increase the success rate of drilling wood to start a fire. Anyone who knows this guy would say that for him, drilling wood to make fire is as familiar and easy as coming home. A series of actions are performed smoothly. With a captivating style, the fire is quickly ignited. It must be said that in just 1 minute on stage, those are 60 impressive seconds. When it comes to cooking this dish, Jack has his own unique insights. Since there's no water to boil, he decides to use a dry cooking method to get it done. He heads toward the nearby bushes. This is called nine-tail herb. Its leaves are very large, perfect for covering the pot. After all, Jack has been using this ceramic pot for a long time. However, his skills aren't exactly top-notch, causing the pot lid to not seal completely. But with these thick leaves as insulation, simply covering the pot solves the issue perfectly. The fire nearby has just burned out. He slowly brushes away the sand. At this point, the fine sand underneath has reached temperatures of hundreds of degrees Celsius. Using it to heat the wild agave leaves in the pot is unmatched. Unable to observe the cooking process, everything depends entirely on experience. Jack silently prayed for success this time. You can tell he's still quite confident. On a whim, he treats himself to a sip of nectar to quench his thirst. While he's at it, Jack decides to do something else. It's a cactus tree nearly 33 feet tall. Jack decides to collect some fruit from the top. This fruit is packed with calories, not only filling the stomach but also providing essential energy for the body. However, this fruit has very little water. Eating too much might even dry out your mouth. It seems you can't have it all. Jack isn't greedy, taking only a full basket before leaving. Long-distance travel combined with dehydration has nearly drained his strength, not to mention the many responsibilities he carries. At this point, Jack feels his body slowly giving out. Compared to resting a bit, he's more concerned about the results of today's experiment. After 2 long hours, in theory, the temperature should be sufficient. it's time to open the lid and uncover the secret. The fully heated agave leaves have become soft and mushy. With just a little force, a lot of water can be squeezed out. More importantly, the toxins have been removed. In theory, this water is safe to drink. Jack presses continuously, not wanting to waste a single drop. As for the taste, we don't know. We don't dare ask. In short, this guy has safely passed the first challenge. That's awesome. The man crushes the wild agave leaves, then carefully tears them apart and soaks them in water. After repeatedly kneading them, the material for making rope fibers is ready. With these fibers, you can weave a hammock. This significantly improves sleep quality. Don't underestimate this small woven hammock. This is Jack's hard work, taking many days to complete. Although the progress was slow, every stitch and thread was carefully considered. Without some patience, this task truly couldn't be finished. Another day passes. To complete the hammock as soon as possible, he puts nearly all his energy into it. Each day, aside from eating and sleeping, he basically repeats this action. Occasionally, in November, hailstorms appear in nature. Due to the rule against wearing clothes, today Jack can only stay in his shelter. And so, day after day passes. Finally, he reaches the completion stage. With the effort of 2 people, the hammock is sturdy enough. After 2 weeks of weaving, it's finally done. It must be said, the effort was worth it. If it really can't be used, this hammock could still serve as a scarf. Jack can't wait to test its effectiveness. He hangs the hammock between 2 large trees. Then he lies on it in a simple, rustic way. Though the hammock creaks, it's surprisingly sturdy. Lying on it can only be described with one word: comfortable. The first time Jack sleeps on a hammock off the ground, the feeling is truly amazing. Even though he has everything now, he can't stop for even a moment. Today, he decides to do something with this pile of mud. Now, Jack has mastered the skill of making bricks from clay. His output has grown from a few bricks initially to dozens. The quality is also very reliable. Nearby, this pit is where he previously gathered clay for firing tools. Today, he plans to build a taller brick kiln. The shakeout method isn't too difficult. First, Jack digs a large pit in the ground with a round clay pit inside. Then he takes soaked mud and spreads it evenly on top. Once it dries naturally, he has a heat-resistant kiln base. Next, he just keeps stacking like this. Of course, to ensure better airflow, he must measure precisely, making sure each side is the same length. Luckily, the weather today is great. The clay in the gaps between the bricks dries quickly. In less than a day, Jack has finished stacking the brick kilns. While the kiln isn't fully dry, he prepares a dish. He drills a small hole in the middle. Once it's completely dry, the kiln can be used immediately. This guy created this thing. Is it to officially enter the Iron Age? A few days ago, he completed the development and research of fertile soil. Although there were some mistakes during the experiments, today he continues to strive for a better tomorrow. Jack loves heavy labor. While working out his arm muscles, he does other tasks. Don't underestimate the weight of these rocks. Just walking back and forth 100 meters leaves him exhausted. Fortunately, all the rocks have been collected. Long-term malnutrition and age have made Jack's health worse than before. However, for sustainable development, all these efforts are necessary. Jack buries the rocks deep in the ground. This helps secure them better. You should know this area faces drought from April to October. Without measures, planting would be impossible. From underground, his determination extends outward. A small plot of land may not seem large, but it took Jack half a day to complete. He deserves a little rest. Jack's goal today is to fire a watering pot for future use. With this tool's help, the seed germination rate will be higher. When it comes to baking, this guy has truly reached a high level of skill. After all the jars and pots around were made by his own hands. Taking advantage of free time while working at the kiln, Jack doesn't sit idle. He continues to gradually prepare the field for planting. Luckily, he found a cedar stick resembling a plow. Using it to till the soil yields results very quickly. In just a short time, the soil is loosened and leveled. After all, this small plot carries Jack's hopes for the future. Fortunately, this is a conical watering pot. It's also just completed with an advanced design. When watering, it delivers water to the roots efficiently. Don't forget, this is a semi-arid area prone to drought. Pots like these are truly essential. But he needs to make at least 10 more. It seems that sustainable outdoor development requires taking things one step at a time. Only meticulous planning leads to success. After many busy days, Jack decides to treat himself. Spring is the season for harvesting seeds. These seeds are highly nutritious. Of course, they taste great too. Eating these seeds outdoors is truly a luxury. In just a short morning, Jack harvests a full basket of seeds. These mature seeds, given the recent large temperature swings between day and night, require necessary warmth measures. Taking out the essentials for survival, the preparation of his favorite dish officially begins. First, he cracks the brittle seed shells. This way, he gets large, delicious seeds. To eat his fill for once, this is definitely a task requiring patience. Time quickly passes to evening. The temperature in the shelter stays at a comfortable 79 degrees Celsius. The seed shells pile up on the floor. He places the seed packets in a baking tray, then puts them in the oven to roast. Timing and temperature depend entirely on experience. After all, this isn't a microwave. Jack usually opts for low-heat roasting. The roasting time is half an hour. The moment the seeds are taken out, the whole room fills with the aroma of roasted seeds. This roast is still very successful. Even the outer shell is crispy, breaking off easily with a light snap. Compared to eating them raw simply, Jack prefers grinding the seeds into powder. That's right. Today he plans to make a new dish. He gradually grinds all the seeds, then dries them under the sun. He ensures they're completely dry. 3 hours pass quickly. The seeds collected yesterday have been fully processed. After mixing with a certain ratio of water, a long filtering process follows. This removes the bitterness from the seeds. Whether it's fig seeds or others, Jack has used this method before. The filtered water can be used to irrigate the field, truly making the most of everything. He takes some dried, prickly pear fruit, then adds another fruit at random. The small balls made from fruit pulp not only fill the stomach but are also Jack's favorite snack in daily life. He mixes the dried prickly pear with tapioca flour in a 1:3 ratio. He stirs until they blend perfectly. Next, he shapes them over low heat. It must be said, Jack's method is very reliable. At this level of mastery, he remembers to check often, or the dish could easily burn. Before long, a delicious and nutritious cake is complete. Not sure if it tastes good, but Jack definitely can't get enough of it. Thus, this guy solves another outdoor survival challenge, unlocking a new dish. It must be said, he really knows how to enjoy himself. Taking advantage before the sun gets too high, Jack starts cheerfully meeting people. Some of the meat here is from his stockpile, the rest brought by fans. Today, he's preparing to host a desert feast. Luckily, yesterday he collected plenty of cactus fruit. This guy definitely loves this dish, but compared to minced ginger, meat suits his taste more. After all, he needs to replenish positive energy, and this physique can't be satisfied with just fruit. When all the beef is hung perfectly, Jack boldly climbs a hillside. With the sun currently scorching and the rule against wearing clothes, this really makes him uncomfortable. Just like that, in only 5 minutes, the aroma of beef spreads throughout the camp. This guy decides to give it a try. After all, who can resist the temptation right in front of them? As a master of body management, Jack always believes protein and fat are the most important nutrients for health. Seeing the smoked meat so fragrant, Jack starts another round of cooking. This is called a raspberry, somewhat resembling dried apples. Since these seeds have almost no water, eating them directly might make your mouth dry. This guy often uses them to brew tea. As for the taste, it's absolutely top-notch. When the dried meat is smoked, after roasting to a certain degree, Jack begins checking every detail. The beef pieces that aren't fragrant enough, he continues to dry under the hot sun. This maximizes their shelf life. It must be said, being a wilderness man is quite a hassle. Can't you just put it in a fridge? After a busy morning, it's time for a hot drink to recharge energy. Heating for about 15 minutes, he'll have a cup of pure Orleans raspberry tea. At some point, this guy dozes off. No way around it. Who doesn't love a cool spot in the summer? When the fruit tea is brewed to just the right softness, it definitely boosts alertness. The meat inside is also fully cooked. Jack lifts it and tastes it carefully. Sure enough, it's the familiar recipe, the familiar flavor. Even after drinking it 100 times, he's not tired of it. It's time. Tonight, this guy decides to eat something different. First, he turns the smoked beef into minced meat. He continues drying it in the sun to ensure complete dehydration. The fatty pork pieces, he puts them all into a ceramic pot. That's right, this guy's really planning to make lard. Do foreigners make this too? Anyway, half an hour later, he actually produces about half a pot of lard. Covering it and continuing to cook, time quietly slips into the afternoon. The fat in the pot has been rendered into oil, the grease inside turning liquid. It must be said, this is very similar to braised pork. For anyone who's been through tough times, freshly made lard is surely fragrant and delicious. It's just that eating too much can feel greasy. The layer that accidentally gets on his hands, Jack conveniently rubs onto his arms as sunscreen, but right away he feels very uncomfortable. All the lard in this jar will surely be useful in the future. Time quickly passes to evening. Grilling beef by the campfire, paired with brown prickly pear. A day full of energy comes to an end. The next day, Jack repeats the same tasks as before. Preparing minced meat, making lard, drying beef. The ingredients are becoming more diverse. Everything is progressing well. When all the work is done, Jack takes out a roll of dried seaweed. This is something he collected while diving not long ago. As we all know, seaweed is highly nutritious, a great ally for survival. Today, Jack plans to use it to perfect an amazing dish. He adds minced meat to the crushed seaweed, then stirs thoroughly. Next, he pours in some lard. The high-calorie ingredients blend together. Just one bite, and you'll gain 10 pounds instantly. Even through the screen, you can feel the incredible allure. Finally, he slowly rolls them up. What's the taste like? I dare not imagine. So, how about it? Have you learned this unique dish from Jack yet?